Welcome everyone to the Fallout. I am the Sentinel Jack. Oh my God! Come on now, right out of the gate. I hadn't even gotten the name of the show that we're on out of my mouth before we saw an assault here in the parking lot as King, one part of the New Boo crew, taking on, or at least taking out, Sephiroth here right out of the gate. I am flabbergasted, smeckledorfed, whatever word you want to use. And now a leg drop to the skull. Sephiroth is scheduled to take on the CIW World's Champion Majin Buu later on tonight in the main event. Not the Tekken Tiger Driver, or oh no, that was just a power bomb. Thought that was going to be the Tekken Tiger Driver, which we saw at the WrestleBration, as we are still reeling from the fact that Majin Buu cashed in and is now the CIW World's Champion. The man who had won the belt that night is this man getting thrown into the car hood. Oh, good God. The brutality from King, as he has already made sure the advantage is in the champion's corner. The New Boo crew have struck. And now we're gonna try to start this. Hello everyone, welcome to the Fallout. I am the Sentinel here to bring you a 4-match card here as we are reeling from what had happened at the WrestleBration last week. And one of the things that happened involved these three men. It is Jack Black versus Interview Guy. As Jack Black and Eclipse, who were thought to be father and son for the longest time when Jack was in his Bowser Black attire, but it turns out that we were all surprised when we got the news that Jack Black is not the father of Eclipse, as found out by Moon Mori, as Eclipse has done a little digging in the archives, and in his search for finding brethren or any sort of relative, ended up finding, of all people, Interview Guy. The interview personality from TAW Gaming, who has always been there holding the microphone for whatever promos going on at the particular moment. We've seen Interview Guy wrestle a couple of times in Royal Rumbles or Battle Royals for TAW, but never on a full-time basis. And apparently, because Moon Mori also gave the DNA test that yes, they are confirmed indeed brothers, then an Interview Guy ended up interfering on, he should be called Interfere Guy. Interview Guy was in the corner of Eclipse during his matchup with Jack Black at the WrestleBration. Eclipse ended up winning, and now Jack Black, known as Steve, looking for a little redemption here tonight in what is clearly what was familial, has now turned into a bitter feud. And here comes, wow, look at those tattoos. As we saw Eclipse do this at the WrestleBration, as Eclipse and Interview Guy are donning the Moon Tribal tattoos from where they are, I guess the section of the moon they're from. I don't know enough about the culture to be able to speak about it, but they look sick. I mean, they both look really cool. I'm not sure why they disappear for when the match starts, but this is a completely different side of Interview Guy than I've seen before. I think it should have the little skull tattoo on at all times. That makes him look like a badass. I mean, I hate to give him the credit, but he looks pretty cool here. But Interview Guy, and oh God, what's he motioning for? And when did we get a descending microphone? Oh yeah, I guess he's gonna speak here. No, don't let him speak. Cut that off. Start the matchup. Okay, all right, there we go. I'm glad that they're still listening to me here. As folks, we're going to talk about the structure of CIW and the leadership group tomorrow morning. Expect a press release about all that. So if you're waiting for what's going to happen in terms of what happened with Pegasus and Michael Corleone and everything involving him being in the leadership group, there are already some side effects you're going to see here tonight. But you're going to get all of the details tomorrow morning in the press release, Eastern time, 10 o'clock. Stay tuned for all of that. And now just wrenching an arm, and now just holding onto the arm of Steve. And oh God, come on now, exploiting referee Jerry Greenfield's count here. As Interview Guy has been taught some tactics from Eclipse. Clearly they've been working out, training in the gyms in the moon, which I feel like would not help as much with Earth, because like everything is a 6th gravity, so you got to be bouncing around a whole lot more, and you can't really take that kind of bounce factor in when you're wrestling here on Earth. So I'm not, oh no, come on! As Interview Guy just gave a headlock takeover to Jerry Greenfield, and now a counter there from Steve, also known as Jack Black, and Jack obviously very upset. Normally he's the, wait a minute. Where the hell did that chair come from? Did Eclipse put that chair in the ring? I mean, we saw that Eclipse is at ringside. Oh no, interview guy with a chair, and he missed the shot, thankfully, and Jack able to take the fight to interview guy and not able to do it. And now interview guy trying to get rid of the evidence. That's one count of attempted chair usage. And clearly interview guy is willing to pull all the stops, is not afraid to bend the rules here. And it's really sad to see from somebody that I respected. I respected interview guy, but if Eclipse is going to just teach this man bad habits, then I'm not going to be going for it. But I mean, I'm not a big fan of Steve either. I'm not a big Minecraft guy. I mean, I like Jack Black, but I'm not a big fan of Minecraft or the chicken jockey or the lava chicken jockey or the whatever. I don't know. Mining some diamonds and bears, oh my. And now over the top rope, that goes to show you how much experience I've got with Minecraft. I have more experience on the moon than I do in Minecraft, and I'm just disappointed. But now interview guy taking the fight to the outside, and folks, CIW rules are, if you have a corner man on the outside and you are outside, you are able to attack. You just can't use weapons, which are outside, as we see a chair looming in the distance, as Eclipse was going to bring him back into the ring, but I guess interview guy deciding against it, pulling himself into the ring. Eclipse just looming. And now Jack is in a bad way here. It's a 1-on-2 situation, and Jack is known to overcome adversity when it's convenient for him, but this might be a little bit too much, as Eclipse is no small man. I mean, he's 7 foot tall, easily 412 pounds or so. You know, interview guy's a pretty good sized dude himself. Oh, interview got up the top, but he did not go off the top. He went to the top, and now instead with a high angle back suplex, and the back spine and neck of Jack Black just careening onto the blacktop. Oh, and now Eclipse getting a drop kick in of his own and a headbutt to the balls. And, you know, Eclipse, and went for a splash, and I think that Eclipse might have put in Jack Black right before interview guy was able to do it, and maybe a little miscommunication there between the men from the moon. And Andy Kaufman nowhere in sight. But that doesn't mean he won't appear randomly, but interview guy now has the clear advantage on Jack Black, using his brother to his advantage here in interview guy's first official singles match here in Colonial Impact Wrestling. As folks, we have a huge set of matchups here tonight. We've got Prince of Persia versus the newly rehired Mr. Clean. We've got Abizzle, my broadcast partner, a man who was on paternity leave, but now is got a vendetta to compete, and we're gonna let him. And a back suplex of Jack's own, Jack Black's own, that is. I sounded like Gollum there for a second. We went to Jax's. Anyway. And of course, our main event, the world title match between Sephiroth and Majin Buu, which I'm being told will happen regardless. Sephiroth has gotten to his feet, although it's and now a Russian leg sweep there by Jack Black, as Jack is trying to stay on top of interview guy. As I'm sure Jack is relieved that he's not related, so he didn't have to deal with having 2 kids, you know, because that just adds to a lot of the alimony. Especially moon alimony and then the dollar transfer from here to the moon. It's not favorable. Trust me, it's not favorable. And another wrench to the elbow, as really trying to stop Jack from hitting what we know to be a flurry of power maneuvers he's been able to do. We've seen him do, oh, and a nice back elbow there. Still able to use it, but taking a second afterwards probably to nurse it just ever so slightly, as it has been targeted. And now, oh, a nice slide there. Very athletic by interview guy. And now a counter there from Jack. Didn't fall for it the second time. And now going into the corner. What? Oh, wait a second. What is interview guy got planned here? And a belly to belly over the top. Very well executed by interview guy. And interview guy should really just go for a cover right there, but now he's begging Jack on. Eclipse in his corner. The first match of interview guy here in CIW. Jack is not looking good. And oh, what an insecurity. An impressive insecurity from interview guy. You know, I want to be upset about this, but I got to admit, he is honestly impressing me with his athleticism here today, as Jack is trying to just find his way out of this situation. And Jack trying slowly but surely to build momentum any way that he can. As, and throwing him into the corner is Jack, but he is certainly worse. What a drop kick into the corner. And is that going to be enough to regain the advantage for Jack. As interview guy back up. Oh no, wait a second. He calls this the mic drop, and that could do it. A big mic drop, and the back had already been targeted. We saw a bunch of back suplexes, one onto the blacktop. That might do it. The cover here. 1, 2, 3. And the mic certainly was dropped on Jack Black with that backbreaker. An impressive victory from interview guy who didn't really need Eclipse's help to take care of Steve, but an impressive showing nonetheless. I think that I can't believe these words are being said from my mouth, but the future is bright as a wrestler for interview guy in CIW. And folks, I'm not sure those English words have ever been put together in that sentence before, but your winner, interview guy against Jack Black. What does it mean for Jack? What does it mean for interview guy? We are going to find out over the next several weeks, I'm sure, but we have got a lot more on our hands here tonight. A major 4-match card here at the Fallout, and oh, come on! As Sephiroth looks like he just got back to his feet and just got a tire to the back of the skull by Riddick, who is also a member of the New Boo crew. As the NBC is universal here in Colonial Impact Wrestling here at the Fallout, and now a sidewalk slam. Riddick, another of the cronies that was converted to be Majin by Majin Buu after the GW Climax last May. We saw them all interfere against Sephiroth at the end of the WrestleBration 12 last week, and now Sephiroth being sandwiched in a truck. This is despicable. From Majin Buu, the guy who was like, I don't want factions. I don't want to be a part of factions in CIW, to this. How quickly things change when you have a seize of power. And now Riddick, Sephiroth was trying to fight back there, but it's just not going well. A rake to the eyes to Sephiroth. And oh God. Oh no! And another chair, no, I'm sorry, not a chair, a tire, looks like a truck tire to the back of the skull. And Riddick just absolutely wrecking Sephiroth. And Sephiroth is still going to compete tonight because Sephiroth assured us no matter what, he is going to make it to the ring to compete. But I'm not sure he's going to be able to live up to that. The Riddick clutch, and even a second, does a tremendous amount of damage. As this is just and here I was, stupid me, thinking Majin Buu was going to be admirable as a person, as you know. I just feel so dumb. We were so duped. But in any case, our next matchup, Prince of Persia versus Mr. Clean. Now, I must admit to you, ladies and gentlemen, I have mixed emotions going into this match. I liked both of these men a lot. Mr. Clean, who ended up quitting CIW as a result of Maximillion Pegasus, and what Pegasus revealed to Mr. Clean as a result of what we were doing in CIW's leadership team as far as paying him or not paying him for all of his facility services. Mr. Clean ended up quitting CIW. Pegasus hired him back once Pegasus beat Michael Corleone last week to earn a spot in the leadership group. Well, when it was revealed how much Mr. Clean now makes, which is about, it's now in the upper 6 figures, which it was not before, Prince of Persia got very mad at Mr. Clean, going, how dare you, somebody who people said was a gatekeeper for CIW, but you abandoned us. As Prince of Persia's like, go fuck yourself to Mr. Clean, and I don't like that. But Prince of Persia has been a steady member of CIW since the beginning, was in the first match ever for Colonial Impact Wrestling. And because neither of these men were in the WrestleBration card at all, here they are coming to blows. As here comes Mr. Clean, who I rooted for many, many years, and I used to support with all of my heart and all my soul. And it's nice to see him back. It's nice to see him back here competing in CIW. I mean, what would CIW be without Mr. Clean? Although we almost found out, didn't we? And but Prince of Persia, you know, I respect the fact that Prince of Persia is trying to gatekeep CIW, but I really don't think a bigger deal needs to be made out of this than what it was. I mean, to be fair, maybe we were underpaying Mr. Clean, maybe we were. I will admit that that is a possibility. And so, I mean, I understand Prince of Persia being pissed about the salary that he's got now, because it is a whole lot. It's you could get a private 12-hour session with Bonnie Blue level of wealthy, which is a lot, whole lot. And now, oh God, over the top suplex there. Not that Mr. Clean would do that, because he's not trying to go back to Dr. Dirty, but I'm saying that's the kind of level of money we're talking about. You know, now here comes the money is very apropos in terms of Mr. Clean. And now, oh, what a neckbreaker counter by Mr. Clean to Prince of Persia. Persia, former Exceeds champion. Mr. Clean, in his Dr. Dirty persona, a former CIW tag team champion. Both men CIW originals, all 12 years ago when we started this program, and look how far we've come, and there's so much more to come, as so much is going to be revealed about the future of CIW, including our brand new format of how we are going to present to you CIW programming. All of that is going to be revealed in time. The new power structure here in CIW, everything about this program except the game that we're using and the quality of the program that you're looking at, everything is going to change and is going to be all for the better. And I cannot wait to introduce you to what is quite literally, and I'm not just saying it figuratively because I've run out of creative ideas, I mean it quite literally, a brand new era in Colonial Impact Wrestling. And I promise you I will live up to those expectations. Unlike some people, the man of 3 H's, as Matt Hardy would say. As now, here we go back into the thicket of this matchup, as Prince of Persia using his speed and his educated feet to his advantage. Persia is one of the most dynamic wrestlers CIW has ever seen. Nice over-the-top suplex by Mr. Clean. Of course, the famed Arm & Hammer logo sponsor. And he has been, you know, his heart has been in the right place most times. At least that's what we thought. Oh my God! But that does not mean his brutality level has changed, as a razor's edge buckle bomb by Mr. Clean. And that is the kind of impact that Mr. Clean can have. Oh God. And now a reverse standing side kick. And now legs into the crotchal section, as Mr. Clean is beginning to mop up the floor with Prince of Persia here. Oh no, come on. That was uncharacteristically dirty of Mr. Clean, raking the eyes with the boot. But, you know, Mr. Clean, I mean, I could understand why he was upset. But, you know, it's, again, I'm glad he's back here at CIW. I tried not to hold grudges. And a nice spinning neck breaker there by Mr. Clean, who has really been all over Prince of Persia. And now what is going on here? Oh, what a knee strike. Right into the knee and the leg, and trying to jam up the hip of Prince of Persia. I mean, Mr. Clean knows how deadly that Sands of Time is. That's what won Prince of Persia the belt. And a nice hip toss counter there from Mr. Clean. Of course, that big magic eraser that has put away a number of individuals in his own right. You know, Mr. Clean, and oh God, what a German suplex. As a matter of fact, Mr. Clean is one of the only wrestlers in CIW. There have only been 2 to ever pin Mr. Clean. The other to ever pin Majin Buu. Mr. Clean has been pinned a lot. But Majin Buu, our CIW champion, there was only 2 people to ever pin Majin Buu, and Mr. Clean is one of them, the other being Simon Belmont. But now Prince of Persia looking like he's taking a little bit slower of an approach than he was just a minute ago. I mean, he was trying to get a little faster, and now just shaking the skull of Mr. Clean, just trying to rattle the brain. Oh, and oh God, it might have succeeded. It might have succeeded. And what is Persia doing here? In a buckle bomb of his own. This time a choke bomb variety. And now just, oh God, and now pressing the foot into the face. The front of the face, which is the roughest part of the face to be hit in. It's the one with all of the with the eyeballs and the mouth and the nose. That's where it is. Oh, a nice sunset flip, but it might be too close to the ropes, and it was. As Prince of Persia is starting to add a little bit more speed into the mix, and that's what he has to do. I mean, this matchup benefits Mr. Clean the slower it goes, but if Prince of Persia can speed this up, he can quickly regain the advantage. We've seen it from him a number of times here in CIW. What a crossbody! Uh-oh, Mr. Clean to the top, Mr. Clean to the top, and a forearm, and I think, oh no! Jerry Greenfield is down. And folks, if you want to help pay for Jerry Greenfield's medical bills, there is only one way to do it. You gotta like, you gotta share, you gotta subscribe, you gotta comment, a small package, and there's no referee, not necessarily in that order, to hashtag save a referee today. And there was no count because Jerry is still down, and Mr. Clean, in that inadvertent shot, might have cost himself this matchup. No, what a right hand from Mr. Clean. No, a double leg drop again. 2 legs, 1 drop. And now, now a nice counter there, this time from Persia, as Mr. Clean was gonna go up to the top again, it looked like. And now a tree of woe onto Mr. Clean. And I'm just letting the blood rush to the head. And it's a smart tactic here, as we've seen Prince of Persia definitely do a little bit of cranial confusion tactics, which might be smart for Mr. Clean, considering that, you know, he is giving up a little bit of weight to Mr. Clean, a little bit of power game to Mr. Clean. You know, the speed is definitely working to his advantage. Now just right hands raining down. And folks, still to come, our World's Championship, the rematch, Majin Buu versus Sephiroth. We were going to try to include Sagat in that, but we have not heard from him at all in this week since losing the championship. So we are still sending our best wishes, but also Sagat has a significant other. Happy Valentine's Day, ladies and gentlemen. So Sagat said he really couldn't be here, because I didn't know that Sagat had a betrothed, but he's engaged. I've never met his fiance, but congratulations, Sagat. We're happy for you. And so they're getting married in Maui or something. So he is also taking some time off, it seems. So I'm not sure when Sagat's going to be back, but you have to imagine once he is going to be pissed at both Sephiroth and Majin Buu for his championship. He's going to want that back, no doubt. But we will see what happens later on tonight, as Mr. Clean is now still getting the over on Prince of Persia, as this slowed down a little bit. And a clothesline. But now Persia starting to feel the effects of the barrage that Mr. Clean did earlier, and a forearm, and again overshooting it. But this time Jerry Greenfield well out of the way, smartly well out of the way. Oh God, Mr. Clean, what is Mr. Clean? Oh Lord, and a choke slam to the outside. Right onto the blacktop, ladies and gentlemen, and that is not a fun place to be. And what a big drop kick. Down goes Prince of Persia. As now we're going into the thicket of this match as Mr. Clean. Now come on, man. Now I don't think this is necessary. As now and went for one shot and didn't even bother. Just made him look at the steel steps. Come on, man. This is Dr. Dirty level stuff. We're trying to be professional here, Mr. Clean. I'm trying to be professional here. Can you not? Oh, and now the second Persia gets in. Magic Eraser. As Mr. Clean, the recently rehired, taking Prince of Persia. All that Persia was doing was trying to help CIW's name. The cover from Mr. Clean, 1, 2, 3, and Mr. Clean has done it. And, say what you want, hook or crook, it is a big win in Mr. Clean's return to CIW, as he is re-signed to a multi-year extension. So welcome back, Mr. Clean. You will hear more about Mr. Clean come tomorrow, I'm sure. But a victory here in a matchup that, because he missed the WrestleBration, had to make sure that he had some smattering in it, even though it was left in the entrails. And I hope that Mr. Clean brought a mop to mop the entrails, because nobody likes that on the ramp. But your winner, Mr. Clean, as what a victory there as Prince of Persia. You did the right thing, Persia. You did the best you could. It just wasn't your night. But Mr. Clean, your winner, as we move on to our next. Oh, now come on. Are you fucking serious? As now Wario in the back through the limo, crushing the leg of Sephiroth, who's gonna need that for the Aerith Killer if he wants to put it on and win the belt later on tonight. And how come there's no security out there now? I know that oh God, and now the Goldman Sachs. And folks, I think the window has been, oh, that's right, we saw him busted through the window earlier. I forgot about that. That's how we were introduced to the show. Folks, if you're just joining us, this is a third assault from a new Buu crew member onto Sephiroth in the parking lot tonight. And now we move on to this. Abizzle versus Maximillion Pegasus in a first blood match. Now, for those of you who aren't aware what happened last week, Maximillion Pegasus, who, by the way, I am being told spells it with an O when he's filing stuff legally, but spells it with an A when he's trying to dodge his taxes. So he didn't want me telling you that, but because he's put CIW in compromising positions, I don't really feel bad about revealing that. So that's why it's spelled with an A. Maybe it'll go back to being an O next time, Max, but that's how you know, so you might want to pay your taxes. Anyway, here comes Abizzle, who was livid at the proposition that Pegasus had to be on the same level as Abizzle, and you know as well as I do, ladies and gentlemen, that AB has been chomping at the bit to get back into the ring and start whooping ass. And so we finally said, here you go, dude. And through a series of unfortunate events that neither included Count Olaf or anything involving CIW, Abizzle has a lot of things to get off his chest, as Maximillion Pegasus was willing to have this match, as Pegasus has not lost in CIW in a singles capacity yet, as Pegasus beating Michael Corleone made Michael tap out after 3 Millennium Sharpshooter. But Abizzle, you know, he is on a warpath here, as Maximillion Pegasus is really, he's gotten what he wanted. He's in the leadership group now. He hired back Mr. Clean. We're going to tell you about everything involving CIW's leadership group tomorrow, but now I think this is what Pegasus figures, that this is a victory lap. And I don't know whether it's ignorance, because Abizzle wasn't wrestling the entirety of last year, so Pegasus doesn't know that Abizzle is a former Exceeds champion, because let's remember, folks, he came in here and wanting to change everything when he debuted in March of last year, but I don't think he ever watched any Colonial Impact Wrestling. I don't think he ever really cared about the brand, because it's, you know, that's just what billionaires do. They just buy in pretending like they care, and then they use it as an investment project. And we're not letting that happen. So I don't know if Pegasus really knows what he's gotten himself into here tonight, but here we go, and a nice enziguri from Pegasus, who, as I mentioned, has that Millennium Sharpshooter. Abizzle, the AB Plex, but folks, no pinfalls or submissions, countouts or disqualifications in this setting, because this is a first blood match, which means the only way to win is you gotta bust your opponent open, make them bleed. And that was on Abizzle's insistence. And Mike wasn't going to refuse that, and I was not going to refuse that, and ultimately, Pegasus didn't refuse that, so here we are, doing what we're doing, but let's see what happens here tonight. As you can't bust somebody open if you have a broken back, oh god, and now wrenching up the legs, as he knows, Pegasus does, and maybe he has done his homework, knows how much the legs matter to Abizzle, and I didn't get a chance until right now to comment on the beautiful flower suit that Abizzle is wearing, and a nice hurricanrana. There are leg scissors there from those long legs of Pegasus, who I unfortunately have to be somewhat nice to, as he is my equal. Oh, and Abizzle's got a chair. This is getting ugly fast, and Pegasus able to disarm Abizzle, but only briefly, and oh god, oh no, Abizzle, calm down. Don't hit Jerry. Oh, and a chair shot right to the skull. Well, and that's it. Just stop. AB, leave Jerry alone. This is not going to be a safe place for Jerry Greenfield, ladies and gentlemen. I can guarantee you that. As AB, the father of 2 beautiful young children, looking to support his family now more than ever. Definitely looking for that wrestler's paycheck, which is significant nowadays. That's not the only reason why he's doing it. I mean, he would have done this pro bono, I'm sure. But we also had to make sure we paid him. And oh, now what's Abizzle grabbing now? As every time that Pegasus seems to counter AB with wrestling, he's going to a weapon. And uh-oh, he's got a sledgehammer, and oh, right into the chest of Pegasus. There we go. I mean, oh, what a strike that I am completely impartial about. As, folks, it's going to be real hard for me to keep impartial, and I know we're equals, and maybe Pegasus won't be that bad. I mean, the way we've got things structured, best of luck to him. Best of luck to him. I hope he succeeds, you know, when he succeeds, if he succeeds, because remember, ladies and gentlemen, he also has airtime, and we're going to explain all of that tomorrow at 10 at the press release. As, you know, everything is about to change. A seismic shift in Colonial Impact Wrestling, and a low blow as you want to talk about a seismic shift to the baby Bizzles, which have already made, those baby Bizzles have results, sir. So I would not risk further damage. And oh, wait a second, and now going for the Millennium Sharpshooter. Speaking of damage, now working on the legs and the back, and you got to admit it's calculated, but he can't hold it for very long because this is a first blood match. You know, because you can't get your opponent to tap out, it doesn't do anything. And Abizzle with a big splash into the corner. AB certainly pissed off, now has to share pay with Maximillion Pegasus. And you know, the thing that annoys me is Pegasus, he said he was an investor, but I have yet to see Pegasus pay for anything. We've been making cuts. I'm going to be the solo announcer going forward for a little while until we can get some other things restructured going. You know, it's like I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like, you've got all this money. You've made billions of dollars off of this trading card game. AB Plex! AB Plex! There we go. He can't go for a cover with it, but he can still land some damage with it. And a barbed wire 2x4 is in the ring at AB's disposal. And smartly, Pegasus got out of the way, only briefly though, as AB was not going to let up on Max. And AB, he told me, you know, he's like, he's really pissed. He hates HBO. I'm like, dude, that's not the same. You know what? Whatever gets you mad. And so he's not a big fan of HBO Max. I said that's not the same. It didn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. AB was so ready to whoop that ass. You know, he's had a vendetta against not only him, but also just tiny dicked bosses. You know, really, when you think about it, Pegasus came in like the district manager who thinks that he runs the whole place, but he doesn't actually see anybody do any of the work. And then when he thinks that, you know, things are too good, he'll just go ahead and like lay off people because he thinks he needs to exert his power because he's been there for 30 years and his life has gone nowhere as a result. And AB up to the top and going for a big splash, and I think he missed him. And and he might have hurt his knee in the process as he just overshot him ever so slightly. But AB back up. He's also been the victim of a figure four and the Millennium Sharpshooter. But folks, the only way to win this match is by bloodshed. As AB taking the fight to Pegasus now here on the outside. And they're at the table, not my table, but they're at the table. As now, now choking the life. There we go. I mean, oh no. How could AB do this? I'm so sad. As Pegasus, you know what? We went to a steakhouse. He got a rare steak. And now, folks, when I say rare, this thing came out shaking. Like, beyond rare. It's almost like he went back there and just lasered it with like the Millennium Eye or something. And I know that the Millennium Eye can't do that, but he literally must have like telepathically told the cook, stop it there. It was shaking and then he didn't even pay for it. Mike took the bill. I mean, we own the restaurant, so I guess that's a different story, but you couldn't even offer to pay. You know, you want to be on the board, you threaten to sue, you cause the talent walkout, and you won't even pay for your own fucking steak. So yeah, excuse me if I'm not upset that Abizzle's choking him in front of my very eyes here, because pay for your fucking steak. You owe me for that. That was a $48 steak, you son of a bitch. And we had a bloomin' onion too, which he ate most of, by the way. So that was an expensive ass dinner. Even though Mike owns it, yeah, Mike still makes us pay for that. Oh, God. There we go, AB. I'm going to need to duck. This is going to hurt, and I'm going to love every single second of it. Elbow drop. All right, we're back. Okay. Sorry about that. As we, all of our tech got a little disoriented there, and I had to kick a box back in place, and now we're back, and Abizzle is taking the fight still to Maximillion Pegasus, whose legs landed on the table, elbow drop off the table, missed. As AB, his hit rate has not been great, but that one got him. Elbow dropped him on the table and fell off the table. As AB, he's definitely getting charged up here. We've seen this before from AB when he just starts seeing red. And not just because that's what Pegasus is wearing. Pegasus, this ain't gonna be good. And now chair shots him on the table. And he's so, god damn. Pegasus keeps getting shit off this table, on and off this table, and my word. Oh God, Pegasus. Oh, what a chair shot. I thought that was gonna do it. I thought that was gonna do it there, as Pegasus is certainly feeling the effects of Abizzle just taking the absolute fight to him. He's endured an AB plex. He's been elbow dropped through the announce table. He's taken chair shots, barbed wire bat shots. I told y'all, Abizzle is on a warpath here. But now Pegasus trying to slow this down, and I think that's what he's going to need to do. If he wants to beat Abizzle, he's going to have to get him in the ring, wear him down, and then finally just keep doing what he's doing, grinding that forehead, and finally finding a way to get him busted open. But the speed run of Abizzle has certainly felt its effects here tonight. As I want to be unbiased, but it's hard for me to be so. Oh, what a kick! And Abizzle looking great in his return to the ring. He is doing some excellent maneuvering here against Maximillion Pegasus. As Pegasus, oh, and now spinning around, and it might have landed a DDT there and another shot to the head. As that is what he's got to do, but Pegasus is favoring his skull. That means we could be nearing the... Oh, what a German! And again, another shot to the head. As Pegasus slowing this down, getting back into the center of the ring, definitely leaning more towards his strengths as an athlete, and I hate giving him the credit, but it is certainly the case. As Pegasus now wrenching behind and bringing Abizzle into the opposite corner. Get out of the way, Jerry. You don't want to get hit again. And Abizzle now taking some strikes to Pegasus. Oh, and what's he got planned here? And now a slingshot suplex. And nicely done by AB. And wait, what is Abizzle doing? Oh, wait a minute. Abizzle, oh, let's go. Let's go. Millennium Sharpshooter to Maximillion Pegasus. He knew it wasn't going to win, but I don't give a damn. That's what I'm talking about. Suck on that, Pegasus. You had to pay something. You got what you wanted. You got everything you wanted, but you had to pay something. And oh, another kick to the head. All right, AB, I think you got to end this thing. As AB, oh, but he wants to, I told you, AB is going to make him suffer. AB is going to make him suffer. As Pegasus now is going to be focusing a lot more on his administrative duties, I hope. As well as Abizzle. I mean, he's not off the board at all. And now a back suplex there from Pegasus. Again, just slowly trying to regain the momentum. As Abizzle, he's doing his damnedest. And yet another kick to the side of the head. And Abizzle going for a concussion record here. Just upping the stages of concussion with each one of those hits. And now, oh God, and now just wrenching the head. Yeah, I don't think this is about making it bleed anymore. This is punishment. This is Abizzle getting a lot. I told you he had a lot of things to get off his chest. Oh yeah, you can hear him yelling. You can hear him yelling. Elbow drop, and AB, I love you, but you gotta stop with the top rope stuff. It has not been your night for it. And oh, and a heel kick did it. As Pegasus was holding his head, Abizzle came off the ropes with a big heel kick, and that did the job. That's what I'm talking about. Abizzle takes Pegasus down. Get wrecked. That's how it is. And oh, that's satisfying. That is satisfying. If we couldn't get unanimous control, we can at least take satisfaction in knowing that Abizzle beat you down and made you bleed. And that is satisfying on all sorts of levels, even though you are now our equal and we have to work with you in perpetuity. But your winner, Abizzle, that's what I'm talking about. And now it's time for the main event. Are we even gonna have one? Is Sephiroth even out of the back area now? And oh God, no! Well, I guess that answers that question, as Shiva, the final culprit of the new Buu crew, has just made Sephiroth explode from the C4 in the pinball machine. Why? All of this, why? And Dante's not here tonight, it's not like you can help. And now a face first into the cutout of one of our lovely ladies that Michael Corleone knows. It's here in this bar area. It looks like Trish Stratus, but for the sake of Michael Corleone furiously texting me NDA paperwork, it is not. As now Look at this, and Sephiroth, I mean, he's trying to get his bearings. I'm not even sure he knows where he is. He's already taken an absurd amount of punishment here tonight. Oh, God, what is Sephiroth doing? Is that beer? Sephiroth, what, Shiva, what are you doing? Shiva with him and Sephiroth, don't drink that. Don't drink that. That's got to be poisonous. It's got to be poisonous. Sephiroth, you have got to be soaking cussed. And oh, God! Oh, Shiva hit a stunner! As I've never seen, why would Sephiroth share a beer? He has got to be oh, the Devil Loca. My God. How is Sephiroth going to be able to compete for the world's title after this? He's taken every finish. He just got stunned. He's been concussed. He's been blown up. He's had a tire hit him. This man is lucky his HP is so freaking high that he's able to even collect himself to even think about competing for the CIW Heavyweight Championship. The main event tonight, Sephiroth looks to gain the title he was screwed out of against Majin Buu, as Sephiroth lasted as CIW champion for 3 minutes and 56 seconds before Majin Buu rained on the parade of not only Sephiroth, the man who has been screwed over more than any wrestler in CAW history. Not CIW, CAW history. He's been screwed over in TAW mercilessly. He's been screwed over even though he's been made it to the top. He's a former Exchange champion that he got screwed out of that title. He's a former world champion that he held for 4 minutes before he got screwed out of that title. But still, nonetheless, even though he's taken a beating from the entire NBC here tonight, Sephiroth is here limping because his legs are half paralyzed, which is probably why he went into the ring like that. But he is still fighting. This man's heart is bigger than any attack you can make on this man, which is why he is so beloved, and is why he is so endeared. And this could be groundbreaking for Sephiroth to become the third ever two-time CIW champion, but the first ever two-time CIW heavyweight champion, which is the design of the belt that this man holds. And man, I know that there is a lot of double entendre when I say boo this man. Majin Buu came to CIW a little over a year ago because he was tired of faction warfare. His words, not mine. Wanted to make his way for himself, pave the way that he was doing, had such an impressive run as Big Chocolate, the big guy. Not this super Buu, super bitch Majin Buu, but the Big Chocolate, the endearing Big Chocolate, who won the GW Climax by pinning the 4 men who are now Majin as a result of losing to this man. Then he won the Best in the Biz Battle Royal at Stand on Business in August when we changed into our more technologically savvy format. And folks, that's what it's all about, as Sephiroth is going to get at least more of a shot here tonight. But what condition can Sephiroth possibly be in to face a very fresh, very fit Majin Buu? And immediately, there we go, immediately with a spinning heel kick and now right hands, as Sephiroth is pissed, and he has every right to be pissed. And Sephiroth taking the fight to Majin Buu. This is the first time we've ever seen this form of Big Chocolate Majin Buu, although I am being told his finishing maneuver is the same, the Big Chocolate Planet Buster, as this man was calculated. And he waited until his opportunity was right, and he struck against Sephiroth and unleashed his backup gang against him, even though he said, I don't want to get involved in factions, even though it took Simon Belmont beating him at Hollow Wrestling for him to take a stand against a man that he had been feuding with for faction supremacy, quite literally, in Jack 6 and Jack 7, and yet when he decided to fight against that machine, all the while he had an ace in the hole, not the Joker, but he had his backup card, he had his backup plan, and he executed it to devilish success at the WrestleBration. And now is the chance for Sephiroth to take revenge. And how embarrassing would it be if Majin Buu's reign only lasted a week after it started? And now holding on to the chinlock as we have switched referee, senior referee Jerry Jones, here for our main event title match here tonight. And now right hands from Majin Buu here in this heavyweight championship match between Sephiroth and the champ. Sephiroth wants his title back more than anything. We saw Sephiroth beat Sagat with one of the most tactical matchups I've ever seen against Sagat. Sagat had an 8-month championship reign, a very, very impressive, albeit dickish, 8-month championship reign. You know, and now, oh God, what is Majin Buu gonna do? Just now tossing him halfway across the ring. As Sephiroth's back's gotta be hurting, his head's gotta be on fire. I mean, he's already dealt with an exploding pinball machine. I mean, the show opened with King putting his head through a limousine window. Then he got his head bashed in by a truck tire. Then he got his leg crushed by that same limousine and a Goldman Sachs, and then an exploding pinball machine, a beer, and a stunner, and a Devil Oka kick on top of all that. And yet here he is here tonight, the most resilient man in CIW wrestling, trying to win his title back, but it has been all Majin Buu from the get-go here tonight, as this is certainly being a major championship, a major opportunity. Oh God! And Majin Buu interrupted Sephiroth mid-hair flip. And you know how much Sephiroth cares about his hair. He's made a great side hustle with his hair care products. But there is nothing more shiny and satisfying than CIW Championship Gold and a thumb to the eye taking a page out of Dante's book. As he and Dante, and another one, poking what little eyes Majin Buu has. As Buu now coming back and clubbing with those big gloves. As he's now, just look at these strikes, these gut punches, and one to the face. And that has gotta rattle the brains of the already rattled brains of Sephiroth. As folks, is there a possibility, is there any chance Sephiroth can somehow find a way to win this matchup and regain the CIW Heavyweight Championship from Majin Buu? This is your main event of the Fallout, as the entire CIW landscape changes starting tomorrow at 10 Eastern when we do the press release revealing all of the changes coming to CIW. You are not going to want to miss the details there. You're not going to want to miss the news, as it is going to categorically change what CIW, or at least how it's presented, and a spinning heel kick. And out goes Majin Buu as Sephiroth needs to use that speed to his advantage. But see, that's the difficulty. Majin Buu is so deceptively fast. He's heavy, he's a big guy, even in this Super Buu form, but he's deceptively fast, and a nice DDT. Sephiroth trying to gain a little separation, but it's tough. He needs some separation to recover, but he also needs to stay on top of Buu, because Buu is not gonna let up. Buu is unrelenting. Oh God, what are you doing, Buu, here? Oh, what a leg to the back of the head, as being hung up on the ropes was Sephiroth. Come on, Sephiroth. You can do this, Sephiroth. I know the odds were still. There we go. There we go. Aerith Killer. This was a huge part in him winning the championship from Sagat. Is it going to be enough to get Majin Buu to tap? Are we going to have a new champion here? And we can only hope so. At least I can. And not enough. He is wrenching it with everything he's got. But Majin Buu still able to survive here. Oh, there we go. We saw this from Sephiroth. This is how he did it. This is how he did it. Use that Aerith Killer to your advantage. As Majin Buu, he's trying to get his way back to the ropes here, trying to force a rope break, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as Sephiroth still wrenching the back, and it's smart because you need a lot of back strength in order to use the Big Chocolate Planet Buster, and another Aerith Killer as he is starting to get it back going. Is this possible? Can Sephiroth do it? And now Sephiroth holding on for at least a little while, but the ropes were caught. by Majin Buu, the champ, here in this heavyweight championship matchup. As both of these guys, you can start to see, you could feel the fatigue is setting in for both of these individuals. And oh, and a nice, as Buu came charging in, Sephiroth countered a big bulldog. As Sephiroth known for well timing those bulldogs, and especially of late, and now going after the legs. Another smart tactic from Sephiroth. Sephiroth with that Aerith Killer face buster, as well as the Aerith Killer submission. Now just getting a crossface on the Majin Buu onto the champ. Is it going to be enough to get him to tap out here? And of course, Sephiroth, I mean, his championship aspirations are not just limited to here, folks. Keep in mind, he is also still the #1 contender to Liu Kang's TAW Championship at Riot Central 3 on TAW programming. Oh no, oh no, big chocolate planet buster, and that has gotta be it. Sephiroth fought with, oh, wait a minute. Sephiroth got right back up. As Sephiroth, Aerith Killer! Aerith Killer! Come on! Come on, Sephiroth! Come on, Sephiroth! Pin him! Pin him! But oh, he can't! He can't! He's exhausted! He is absolutely exhausted, but he's got to go for a pin, and he couldn't in time. As Majin Buu got up and was unable to go for the cover. And God, I don't want that to be Sephiroth's last shot. But boy, he hit him in that same spot and went for a spinning heel kick, as both of these men feeling the effects of this matchup, and a sweeping DDT from Majin Buu here in this CIW Heavyweight Championship. And oh, come on now. Come on, Buu. Why was that necessary? Why in the hell was that necessary? And oh, well, wait a second. What is this? What the hell? Liu Kang! Liu Kang just threw Majin Buu over the top. We know they're no strangers, and I'm no love lost. Oh, no! No! Not a fatality kick. God damn it, Liu Kang! Why? Just to stick it to his TAW #1 contender. Majin Buu is back up. And we know Liu Kang and Majin Buu don't like each other, but the damage done here, the ultimate target was Sephiroth, and now a big chocolate planet buster, taking advantage of Sephiroth being screwed yet again. The cover here, 1, 2, 3. Fuck me. Majin Buu retains, as Sephiroth, he actually had a shot at that. I thought for a minute Sephiroth actually had a shot at that, but the world just does not like Sephiroth. There is a cloud over Sephiroth as Majin Buu escapes with his championship and retains his belt. Folks, thanks for coming to the Fallout, as Liu Kang made sure Sephiroth had no chance to be a world's champion. Will that repeat itself at Riot Central 3? But in the meantime, Majin Buu is still your champ. I'm the Sentinel. We'll tell you all about the change coming tomorrow. We'll see you then, everybody.